I'm Julia Tabarot, and this is the SpineWise 5-minute workout. Just a quick reminder before we start, these exercises should be enjoyable and relaxing. If you're finding them painful, I would probably ease off a little bit, build up more gradually. In the unlikely event that you get any unwanted side effects, I would stop doing the exercises and have a chat with your GP or your local physiotherapist. So I'm going to start off with the left side neck bend. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, side bend to the left until you feel that really nice stretch on the opposite side. If it's painful, then just ease off a little bit. And if you can't really feel a stretch, then you can apply some gentle overpressure with the other hand. Hold that for 10 seconds, breathing normally, really enjoy the stretch. And after a count of 10, come back to the middle. Next is shoulder roll, so hands on the tops of your shoulders and rotate your shoulders round and back 5 times. If you prefer to come forwards, then you can. I personally prefer to go backwards, so just choose what feels right for you. Do 5 of those breathing normally, and then next is the right side neck bend. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lean over to the side until you can feel that nice stretch. Apply some overpressure if you need to, and after a count of 10 seconds, slowly come back to the middle. Next is the nod and twist stretch. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, go down and rotate to look down towards your left hip. If it's painful, just ease off a little bit, and if you can't feel very much of a stretch, then just apply some gentle overpressure. After a count of 10 seconds, come back to the middle, but don't come back up again. Take a deep breath in and rotate the other way. Apply some overpressure if you need to. And after a count of 10, come back to the middle and just take a moment before you come back up again. Next is the arm stretch. So you're going to have your elbow straight, wrist bent. Apply some overpressure from the other hand if you need to. Shoulders down, relax as best you can. And after 10, swap sides. Elbow straight, wrist bent, and just apply a bit of overpressure if you need to. And after a count of 10, relax. Next is the body twist. Deep breath in. And as you relax, pull yourself round. Grab onto the chair if you wish, or push against your thigh. And after a count of 5 seconds, slowly back to the middle. Deep breath in. And the other way. And after a count of 5, come back to the middle. Next is the shoulder blade stretch. So you're going to sit with your hand, you're going to start with your hands like this, and then they're going to turn them inside out. So stretch your arms as far forward as they'll comfortably go, turn them inside out, and then hump your spine backwards, hollow your spine backwards so that you increase the stretch. Then take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let your head go down between your shoulders to increase the stretch. So you're slumped in your spine and your arms are stretched forwards. And after a count of 10, slowly come back to the middle. Next is the hip stretch. So I'll show you this on my left hip first. So pop your foot up onto your opposite thigh, and you're going to, first of all, sit tall. By sitting up tall, it increases the stretch in your hip. If you do this bent and hunched, you won't really get the effect. So first of all, sit nice and tall, then take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, try and tilt forwards in your spine. So you're keeping your spine straight and you're just flexing your hips forwards. You can see that I can't go very far on this side because my left hip is quite tight. And probably most of you can get a lot further than I can, which is fine. You know, there's no right or wrong with this. Just go as far as you feel comfortably able. After a count of 10 seconds, come back up again. Same on the other leg. You may find that one side is more flexible than the other. I'm definitely more flexible on the right. As you can see, this is much easier for me than on the left. And asymmetry is a very common thing and definitely nothing to worry about. After a count of 10 seconds, slowly come back up to the middle. Next is the core strengthening exercise. So for this, you're going to let your tummy relax, let your shoulders relax, let your back relax, and place your fingers on your lower abdomen. Dig in fairly deep so that you can feel the muscle working, and if you want to check, you can cough and hopefully you'll feel the muscle switch on. You're going to let your tummy be nice and relaxed, and then you're going to imagine that you're on the loo, passing water, and you want to stop yourself mid-flow. Very gently pull in down below, keeping your shoulders relaxed and breathing normally. If you want to check that you can do this properly, you can test it on the loo as a one-off test. See if you can start passing water and then stop yourself halfway through, just to give you a bit of confidence. And then after a count of 10 seconds, relax completely. When you do this workout, you'll be given 30 seconds, and the idea is that you do 3 sets of 10. But you may find as you get better at this, you can hold one contraction for the full 30 seconds. That's the aim, to build up the stamina of the muscle. So just do what feels right for you and build up gradually. I'm now going to take you through some progressions of the core strengthening exercises, but I wouldn't suggest moving on unless you're entirely confident with this one. So you may stop the workout there until you feel confident to progress on. So the next progression from this is to do exactly the same thing. Let everything relax and then pull in gently down below. And then you're going to lift one foot just an inch off the floor to increase the effort that that muscle has to work. You hold that for a count of 10, breathing normally. Be careful not to hitch or twist in your spine. And after a count of 10, relax completely and then let the muscle release. Same on the other leg. Nice and gently pull in down below. Lift that foot just an inch off the floor. Hold it for a count of 10, breathing normally. And then slowly put the foot back down and release the muscle. The rest of the exercises are in standing, so I'm just going to adjust my screen a little bit so you can see me. Okay, so when you feel happy that your core strengthening in sitting is quite confident, you can start to do it in standing. Exactly the same thing, but it just feels a bit different in a different position. So you're going to let everything relax completely, put your fingers on that lower abdomen and nice and gently pull in down below. And to begin with, this is enough. So holding that contraction for a count of 10, breathing normally, shoulders relaxed. And after a count of 10 seconds, let that muscle relax. When you're confident with that and you feel that that's okay, then you can progress to doing it standing on one leg. And if you want to hold on to something for balance, then do. So you're going to gently pull in down below and then stand on one leg. And if you need to use your fingertips to steady you, then do. Or if you're happy to stand on one leg without holding on, that's fine as well. So you're keeping those muscles gently pulled in, but everything else is quite relaxed. And after a count of 10, swap legs. Let everything relax, pull in gently down below, and then the opposite leg, balancing as best you can. It can help to focus on a point in front of you if your balance, like mine, isn't the best. It can also help to gently clench the muscles in your bottom, because that can help to stabilise your hips. And then after a count of 10, relax. The next step of core strengthening is to do it while you're walking, which is actually trickier than it sounds. What you can do is start off by doing very short distances. So if you let everything relax, then very gently pull in down below, breathing normal, shoulders soft, and just see if you can hold that muscle while you're walking around your house or your room, keeping the muscle switched on, pulled in gently, breathing normally, and starting with just short distances. So it may be, to begin with, that you, while you're doing this on the app, you just walk from one side of the room to the other. Or you may just even take a few steps and then you feel the muscles start to fade away. If the contraction isn't there anymore, I would stop and let it go and just build up gradually. There's no point clinging on to a contraction that isn't really there anymore. Hopefully with time you'll be able to hold the muscle for longer and more confidently. And it may be that eventually you can go for a 10-minute walk around your garden, holding that muscle quite confidently, breathing normally, then great. But just build it up gradually and also be patient. It does take time. Okay, I'm going to finish with a back extension stretch. So hands on the small of your back, focus on a point in front of you, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lean back onto your arms so that your back can stretch. Breathing normally, enjoy that stretch. And after a count of 10, slowly come back up again. So that's the end of the 5-minute workout. If you do want to go for a walk around the block, then great, and otherwise have a nice day.